We're in the midst of H-1B season, and the registration deadline was March 17th. As you may know, USCIS extended that deadline due to technical errors on the USCIS website. So hopefully everybody's registrations are in now, and now it's just a waiting game. I'm going to talk really briefly and just throw out some ideas about H-1B alternatives. So anyone who is putting their name in the registration hat for the CAP this year really should always have a backup plan. You've got a less than 50% chance of being selected, and we can cross our fingers and do all that stuff, but you have to look at the numbers. So ideally, you've got more than one time that you'll be eligible to put your name in the hat. So for example, a lot of our clients are on OPT, and if they've got the STEM extension, I would definitely recommend continue to renew so that you get your full 3 years if you're in a STEM field. So if you're not selected, just throwing out some ideas that we tend to consider. If you're from a country that has a specific work visa that country is eligible for, that either has no cap or a very low, or a cap that's never met, I would definitely look at that. So Mexico, Canada, you've got your TN. An E3 is for Australians, and it's very similar to an H-1B. You've got an H-1B1. So those are just some ideas for country-specific visas. If that isn't applying to you, which of course most of us it's not, you then want to look at really out-of-the-box options. Does it make sense to continue school if you've maxed out your OPT? Does it make sense to continue getting a higher degree so that you're going to get 12 more months of OPT? What about an E2? An E2 is it is country specific, meaning that you have to have a treaty with the US. E1 or E2, substantial trade, substantial investment. Essentially, it's a small business visa. And we've definitely had clients who decided to just go out on their own and start something new, maybe even working in relation with their current employer. I think that is definitely a great option if you have the funds or you have kind of the entrepreneurial spirit to do that. We can always look at an L1, and then in some cases, it may make sense just to go straight to green card. So you don't have to go to a temporary work visa prior to being sponsored for a green card. That's not going to be accessible to everyone, especially those of us that don't have a priority date that's current. So for example, if you're from India, you really do need to get on an H-1B if you plan on later adjusting your status to a green card through the EB2 or the EB3 category. So obviously that's not everything, but I'm going to keep talking about this through H-1B season.